Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news. The Reserve Bank of Australia is expected to increase its official cash rate by 25 basis points to 4.75% later today. Australia is dealing with its biggest mining boom in more than a century, rising commodity prices and an influx of cash from Australia, and there are signs that inflation is starting to bubble up again. Will this force the Australian dollar to parity versus the US dollar? It's currently at 97 Australian cents. Now this is good news for our exporters, particularly those to Australia, because the New Zealand dollar is at near 10-year lows versus the Australian dollar. And that's because of the divergence between the Australian economy, which is bubbling along, and ours, which is flat as a pancake. Our official cash rate is stuck at 3%, likely to stay there until the end of the first quarter of next year, whereas the Australians could easily be at 5% by then. Meanwhile, Fonterra is in talks to set up a mega dairy farm in India. It's looking to get a 30% stake in a 40,000 cow farm in India. There's also talk that the UK may have to bail out its banks again. The New Economics Foundation reports that the banks in the UK are borrowing £25 billion a month. And finally, in Switzerland, UBS and Credit Suisse may have to double the amount of capital they have on hand. The Swiss regulators are saying they must have 19% of their assets in capital. That's almost double the Basel III rule. And all that talk about Europe and the problems in Europe have helped strengthen the US dollar versus the euro overnight. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand.